The secret to surviving the next extinction level event. This is what Neil deGrasse Tyson reveals to us on Callum Hoare's Express UK. Neil deGrasse Tyson revealing the only way to survive the next extinction event that could mark the end of the world. One of the ways we can go. Most biologists agree that there have been 5 mass extinction events in history. And it seems that in the past, most of them were related to Earth impacts. Now, with most well-known occurring 66 million years ago when the dinosaurs were wiped out by an asteroid strike, and we've just, in the previous videos that I uploaded a few hours ago, it seems that it was not a single asteroid, but a double asteroid. Most of them do come in binaries or in groups. Now, the event was nowhere near as brutal as the Ordovician Silurian extinction, which saw between 50 and 60% of marine life wiped out more than 443 million years ago. This devastating incident is theorized to have occurred after an extremely energetic explosion that took place from a distant galaxy. That sent electromagnetic waves towards our Earth. Josh Clark, presenter of the award-winning podcast Stuff You Should Know, featured as a guest on the recent episode of Neil deGrasse Tyson's Star Talk, where he brought up the topic of mass extinction, using the Ordovician event as a reference. He said, if the worst comes and we slip up and wipe ourselves out, life would almost certainly go on, because it has so many times before. We've been through 5, what we know of, big ones as well. The Ordovician one, scientists are starting to think that our gamma ray burst basically sterilized our Earth. It came so close to just killing all life on Earth, and it still could not. Earth still survived. Some few numbers survived. For example, the Toba eruption, 74,000 years ago, was a bottlenecking of humanity. Anthropologists say that only 2,000 couples worldwide remained alive to repopulate the Earth. Something like an Adam and Eve story. Now, a gamma ray burst hit Earth at that time, the Ordovician, and life still hung on. It hung on after the asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs as well. Life will probably keep going. I would bet just about anything on it. So there will be life after we go, if we go. But Dr. Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson, chipped in, revealing that history could repeat itself. He said, so one thing about the gamma ray burst that was only invoked after no one could find any other reason for how that much life could go at once. So it's a theory, I guess. The question, he says, is, could you have one that's nearby that pointed straight at us? If it does, these are high energy particles, and they first take out the ozone layer, which is the first line of defense, which is now massacred. It keeps going all the way down to Earth's surface, and the high energy particles that are incompatible with the large molecules, it will keep killing everything. However, although survival is unlikely, Dr. Tyson theorized the only way humans could survive. And he has a theory on that. He says, if you are in a cave, you will survive, but you will probably eat things that depend on things that died. It would take out the ozone, so you would have to go to places that would be protected, so you have to go underground. This is not an immediate threat, so don't buckle your seatbelt. But if you wipe out 90% of life and 10% survive, what you have done is prey upon ecological niches. I suppose that this doesn't only apply to gamma ray bursts, it also applies to an asteroid strike. If you can find somebody to have clean air and clean water for a while until things get settled down, if it's at all possible, because there will be fantastic earthquakes and mile-high tsunamis and volcanic eruptions if an asteroid is big enough to do that. So anyway, it has happened in the past. Humanity did have a bottlenecking to survive. God forbid, these are scenarios that are really out of this world. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.